We're starting this time with talk about hair extensions. I'm here with my friends Erica and Nancy, who I admit both give me hair envy. Hair extensions are one of my favorite anti-aging secrets, and nobody knows more about them than our first guest, expert hairstylist Kelly Godinez. Tell us about yourself, Kelly. Thank you for coming.
Of course, thank you for having me. I'm so excited that I was able to join you today. My name is Kelly, and I am a professional hairstylist. My expertise kind of range a little bit, but a lot of extensions, that's kind of where my niche is. And I work a lot. I used to work a lot in the salon, but now I've transitioned over to working on set and doing a lot of commercials, music videos, red carpets, you name it. And so with that comes a world of hair extensions, as everybody must know.
And Kelly just got engaged yesterday, so congratulations.
Thank you so much. This wasn't going to be my background today, but you know what? We're rolling with it because it was a complete surprise.
She's in Newport right now, and he surprised her with the engagement and a trip, which is amazing.
Yeah, it was. I was told that I was going to a family reunion because he knows that I work so much, and I always try and put clients in between whenever I can and whenever I'm in town. And I was already telling him like, oh, so and so needs this and that, and he was like, you're gonna be out of town, so you can't.
That's so funny. So I met Kelly in 2018, and it was interesting the way that we met because during that time I was having a lot of hair issues. I had DHT attacking the follicle. And unfortunately, my hair was so short, it was breaking so much that I had to wear a wig. So I went to a place in New York City and got a wig. The wig was a disaster, even though the hair quality was amazing. One of my neighbors told me to go there. A lot of her friends bought wigs in that from that company. So I went, I had the consultation, the wig got shipped to Miami, and I was like, oh, there's no way I'm wearing this. So I took it to the salon where I went to at that time, and Kelly had just started working there, or we had just met. I don't know how long you were there, but yeah, so we had just met. I had 4 people working on this wig. So my hair colorist, Erica, Kelly, and 2 other master stylists were cutting the wig. So after 4 people, and Kelly, what were you doing for the wig?
I was retouching the wig because we all know when someone's wearing a fake wig. And so the wig came in and the density was just too much. It didn't look natural. So I went in and kind of took out some hair around the hairline so that when she put it on, it didn't look fake. I mean, at the end of the day, nobody wants to know that you're wearing extensions. So that was my part of the deal, was having her look like she didn't have anything on.
And what's DHT?
So the DHT was attacking the follicle where it was, I guess I had too much DHT in my body at the time. And so when it was attacking the follicle, it was causing a lot of breakage and hair loss. I lost some hair from the follicle because of the DHT.
How did you know about the DHT issue?
I didn't know. I went to a hair specialist in New York, Dr. Katzen, and when I walked in, he immediately, without even blood testing me, he could see by the pattern of my hair that I had DHT just by looking. He's like, you have DHT. And millions of people have it, but they may not know that they have it. So when you see women who have like bald spots, it's because the DHT attacked the follicle and they didn't do anything to block it.
They probably didn't know about it.
Right, and then it just, the hair would come out. And I guess you can fix it with like hair transplants and things like that.
But it takes a while too. And the thing is as hairstylists, we need to know when to recommend our clients to a professional and to a doctor, because those are things that we think we might know what's going on, but at the end of the day, that it takes blood work and having a professional actually take a look at that. So I think that's important too, is somebody must have called out, because you did have patches in your hair. It wasn't just like one area, and it was abnormal where there was bald spots. So those are things that you want to definitely go and take a look at by a professional. And it took us a while to get back to you growing your hair. It was definitely a journey.
So I wigged it for a while.
I remember.
I wigged it for 2 years.
But she rocked it really well. You did.
Yeah, so nobody knew I was wearing a wig. And then I ended up giving it to a friend after I was finished with it. But so my natural hair started to grow, but it still doesn't grow like the way that I would want it to, as thick as it is now. So Kelly was able to come up with 3 different techniques with extensions.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's been a while. I mean, it really is you learning your person and accommodating to what they need, right? So for me, I always wanted to only do one type of hair extension. And then one of my mentors told me, you need to be able to open yourself up, because what if your client needs more than one method? And that's kind of where I took on and started learning different methods. I believe we started with you with hand-tied extensions, and then, which was great. But then after a while, it's like it doesn't always do everything that you needed to do. So then we moved on to doing K-tips around the very top. And then there are some pieces where we also use tapes. And that's the great thing about extensions is you do it to whatever the client needs.
Mm-hmm. So the tape and extensions I had good success with. I use clip-ins now because my hair is actually very healthy. So I find that just like the 4-clip extension is enough for me. But I years ago did the bonded in kind with they were using, this was years before they have the technology now, they were using the glue and the actual tool. And
damaging.
Not only did it damage, I lost hair to the point that it had to be cut so short. It was devastating. It took years to get it back.
I'm sure a lot of women gone through
and that's
that.
the thing. I think it's a combination of finding the right stylist, finding good hair, and you have to take care of your hair. Because with Sandy, we've noticed so much hair growth. Whenever we take out her extensions, her hair is so long underneath because we're taking care of it. And it really does depend on the stylist that you're going to. And also, like you were saying, technology nowadays has gotten so much better to where you can wear K-tip extensions and you take it off and your hair is still long underneath, which is amazing.
Can you explain the K-tip, what that is exactly?
Yeah, so it's a small hair extension, and it has a keratin tip at the top, which keratin is what our hair is made out of. And you end up putting it on a little piece of hair of your own hair, and then you end up bonding it in, which ends up blending a lot better. It's more seamless, especially around the top hair, whereas where we put Sandy's K-tips in, we'll just do a couple in the back just so that those short pieces will blend in very nicely.
And how long does that last?
Yeah, it bonds in, and you can wear it for up to, it really depends on the person, but you can end up wearing it for, I would say 4 months is pushing it. You really want anywhere between two and 3 months, depending on the person and the hair density.
And how often you wash your hair, does that?
How often you wash your hair? Yeah, it definitely also affects that. It depends, because there's some people that work out a lot and are very active. So you need to be washing your hair 3 times a week, which is about, I feel like that's about what most people do. Overwashing your hair is also to make your extensions just dry out and not last as long.
See, I like to wet my hair every day because I am active. So I like to wet and condition it, but I couldn't go with just not getting in a shower and not at least wetting my hair every day.
Right, which is fine. I think making sure you're conditioning your hair is the most important thing. What I like to tell people is when you end up washing it and getting it wet every single day, and if you're blow drying every single day, that's where you're kind of getting into this tricky area of, are you over blow drying your hair and then drying your hair out? Now it's breaking.
Oh, so it's the shampooing part, or the shampooing and the blow drying part that damages the hair. The shampooing as well?
It's really the blow drying.
Okay, so now the shampoo is fine.
Yeah,
but don't
shampoo
you
is
strip your
fine.
hair
I
of
think
the
it's
natural
more so
oils?
the constant heat that you put on your hair that's going to end up damaging it. But like you were saying, for using clip-in extensions is great because it's something where you can put them in, put them out, and you can still wash your hair.
I love it.
And also it just makes your curls, if you curl your hair, or your hairstyle, last a lot longer.
Right.
So for our viewers, Kelly's unique because she can do all different types of methods. But for somebody that wants, some extra volume or length, go see, they can just Google somebody in their area. I mean, what do you recommend for them to do if they need extra help?
I think for me, I would say if you just want something that's temporary, that you only want it for when you're going to go out to a special occasion or a dinner, I would go for the clip-in extension method, because I think it's easy, and then you don't have to, lose your head over finding the right person. But then for someone that wants something a little bit more permanent, in that case, I would go and I would definitely Instagram now and TikTok are the way to go, because sometimes Google, you won't find the exact person that you're looking for. And for me, I always look for pictures and videos to make sure that the person is actually good.
Okay, that's good. Yeah, so I'm not on, well, I just got back on TikTok, but I know that everybody uses TikTok as a big resource. So you would suggest TikTok, Instagram for finding.
Yeah. Absolutely. Instagram now, because of all the AI things that are in how they've generated it now, you can type in like a Google search. It's like a Google search engine now, and then you'll get tons of people. I would just search up, like, if you want hand tied or if you want wefts or keratin, I would just look up keratin tips Miami, right? And then a bunch of stylists will pop up. I also say always go and do a consultation before. Don't just jump into the first person that you see. Kind of shop around and then see who you connect with the most as well.
Because they may not know which technique is good for them. Because I thought the hand tied was good for me, but we needed to add, other techniques over time so my entire head of hair looks full.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
trial and error.
I think trusting your hairstylist as well. When you go in and you get that initial consultation, this is why I say I think you should shop around and find 2 to 3 people first, so that they can give you their opinion on what they think, and kind of make your decision from there. Because they might suggest a different extension method based off of whether you have a lot of hair or not a lot of hair. It depends on that too, because you don't want to be, for example, some people that have very fine hair, maybe wefts might not be the best idea because it might be too heavy on the hair, and then do the opposite of what your intention is. So I think it's important to just definitely do your research before you go in and jump into anything.
And the extensions are also really good as a color corrector, because you can color for real hair extensions. If you should be buying, I think, real hair as opposed to the synthetic, because then you can wash it, you can color it. So if you're letting your natural hair rest and let it grow out as well from that perspective, you can always add dimension through getting your colorist to color these extensions and add volume and dimension.
Absolutely. And I think that was very well said. I couldn't have said that better, because you really just
I've become an expert at this, unfortunately, through lots of mistakes.
Oh, yes, you do. You end up learning.
Yeah. And what would you recommend to the viewers if, let's say, they don't have extensions, just for their overall hair health? Certain supplements they could take or certain treatments they could do at home? Like, what would you recommend?
Yeah, I think biotin is one of the top things that a lot of people use, but it's not for everybody, because some people will break out or have different reactions to it. So I think when it comes to supplements, I like the brand Weem, and there's also Nutrafol, which is super popular. But like I said, it depends. I would always consult your doctor for that to see what they think is best. But for just things that are topical that you can use, I love hair serums. I think they're my new favorite. Water-based specifically, because most people, when they think putting something on your scalp, they think oils. But for me, I think anything that's water-based that's going to hydrate the scalp is very, very good to just help with hair fallout. I think that's the most important thing. Right now, I think skincare is the most important thing, and your scalp is also part of your skin. So I think scalp care is the most important. Using a great shampoo, I think, is super important. I think, Sandy, do you use Oribe? Is that what you're using?
I use Oribe.
Yeah, Oribe is great. I think Redken has a great shampoo that's right now, I think, one of my favorites. It's called the Acidic Bond shampoo, which will help balance the pH in your hair. So it helps with breakage and helps strengthen your hair. So I think a great shampoo and taking care of your scalp is the way to go. And also haircuts. You might not think about it because you're wearing extensions, or even if you're not wearing extensions, I think the longer you go without getting a haircut, the more your hair is breaking, and then you feel like it's never growing.
Right.
Those are great tips.
Those are great
Yeah.
tips.
Very great.
We got to get hair like yours. Yours
Yes.
is natural.
It's
How did that happen?
So
It's
deceiving.
also genes, I will say.
Well, she also doesn't really blow dry that
don't
often.
color
Like,
it
this is
either.
the first time since 2018 I've seen her hair straight.
Wow.
Yes,
gorgeous.
You will only catch me with my hair blow dried maybe once or twice a year. So this is different.
It looks
Where are you
amazing.
located so people could find you? Where are you located? Yeah.
I am in LA, but I also go back and forth from LA to Miami. So I take clients in both places. Sometimes I'm in New York, but I frequent LA and Miami for the most part.
And where can they find you, Kelly? Like on Instagram, is that the best way?
Sure. Yeah. On Instagram, Kelly_Godinez is the best way to find me. And any questions that anybody has, I'm pretty good at responding. Sometimes not right away, but I like to respond to most people because there's always questions that are unique to everyone. So feel free to send me a message and I will do my best to try and help you.
That's good
Yeah.
to know.
Great.
Yes.
Thank you so much,
Thank
Kelly. Thank you for
you.
taking the time today and coming on our show.
Of course, this was so great. Thank you
Thank
for
you.
having
So
me.
informative.
Thank you. If you have a friend who's interested in hair extensions and healthy hair, share this episode with them right now. And if you like what you're hearing, please like, subscribe, and leave us a review. There's much more coming up. We'll be right back.